Our driving motivations in life, instead of remaining constant, change hugely over time and in ways that don't quite fit Maslow's classic hierarchy. In young adulthood, people seek a life of growth and self-fulfillment, just as Maslow suggested. Growing up involves opening outward. We seek out new experiences, wider social connections, and ways of putting our stamp on the world. When people reach the latter half of adulthood, however, their priorities change markedly. Most reduce the amount of time and effort they spend pursuing achievement in social networks. They narrow in. Giving the choice, young people prefer meeting new people to spending time with, say, a sibling. Old people prefer the opposite. Studies find that as people grow older, they interact with fewer people and concentrate more on spending time with family and established friends. They focus on being rather than doing, and on the present instead of the future. Can you say your name and how old you are?
I'm Harry and I'm 5.
I'm Eve Adelson and I am 19 years old.
My name is Allison and I'm 43 years old.
I'm Ava Shagnon and I'm 18 years old.
My name is Monica Hill. I am 77.
I'm Danny Ann and I'm 18 years old.
My name is Lily Call and I'm 18 years old.
I'm Libby and I am 10 years old.
My name is Matt Feder and I'm 18 years old.
Hey, hi, I'm Francis and I'm 21.
I am 45.
My name is Lizzie Fipke and I'm 19 years old.
What do you live for? What excites you the most?
Such a broad question.
I live for learning new things.
First and foremost, I live for my family.
Probably seeing my kids happy and succeed.
Family and risks.
For good books.
I don't know, finding a certain purpose in life, I guess.
I live for having a fun time with my friends and having fun time with my family, skiing, snowboarding.
What excites you the most in your life?
What excites me? Quiet.
Okay.
I think what's most exciting for me is trying new foods and visiting new places.
I think it's fun to watch my kids grow up and start to develop and try new things.
What are 3 things you're looking forward to in the next year?
I'm looking forward to Rush. Is that like a... Yeah, that's good. Okay, Rush. Like just the next semester of high school, or sorry, of college, where like a lot of things will change.
I don't really look forward to things, to be honest with you.
Being in safety patrol and continuing in student council.
I don't know, I think I'm still in a very formative time of my life, so I have a lot of potential for growth in a lot of areas of my life, which is very exciting. Still have, a lot of interests that I can explore.
My business is starting to settle in and grow, so that'll be fun to see what a summer's like.
What in the past week has made you most excited?
This week, what have I done? I went to a trivia night at a bar with 2 of my friends.
The miniature horses.
Visited with a good friend. That made me really excited.
I found out that I got an A in one of my classes.
Woo! We're proud of you.
What has made you most upset in the past week?
Mimi yelling at me.
Your sister yelling at you?
Finals.
I have a family member who's struggling with addiction.
People stealing stuff from my room.
Probably my job.
Why? Why?
Because it's really a waste of time at this point.
Okay.
Boy didn't text me back.
Describe the 3 emotions you experience most often.
I experience anxiety a lot. I experience contentment.
Jealousy.
Overwhelmed.
I don't know, like fear, I guess, sometimes.
Accomplished.
Curiosity. I don't think that's really an emotion, but
I guess frustration.
Anticipation.
Lots of laughter with my little grandchildren, the little ones. They are very funny.
Overtired.
Happiness.
Excited. Mad.
Happiness. Joy. Those are 2 different things. And I'd say a little bit of sadness.
Happy.
Oh, yeah, excited, that's one. Ambivalent, like a little bit unsure.
Annoyed.
Gratitude. Gratitude for a normal day.
If you could go to dinner with any person, who would it be?
Oh, Ellen DeGeneres.
Nadia Comaneci.
John Meacham, who is a fascinating writer and historian.
Probably one of my friends.
Well, let's see, the Googe would be fun. And then, that's a good one. Baker Mayfield.
Probably President Price, actually.
Probably my kids and husband.
My grandma.
Okay. And if this were your last meal, would your answer change?
I don't think so.
Yes. It would change like my family.
But if it was my last meal, it would be with family members.
Well, then I would probably want to be with my family.
When I say the word death, what 3 words come to mind?
End, dark, and closure.
Sadness, tragedy.
Legacy.
Peace, gratitude, and a smile.
How comfortable would you say that you feel with the idea of your own mortality?
Not the most comfortable.
Not at all.
You know, pretty comfortable actually.
How does it make you
I'm
feel?
perfectly fine with it
Why?
because it is an inevitability. And I have good life insurance that will make everybody take care of everybody. So I really honestly don't care right now.
I mean, obviously it scares me. I'd like to say that I'm like comfortable with the fact that I am going to die, but the process of dying is a little bit scary.
It makes me feel like every day counts and every minute counts and every second counts.
I'm very comfortable with it because at 77, you'd have to be very dim not to face the fact that your mortality, your death is not imminent, but the odds are against you.
Do you feel scared?
No.
You aren't scared?
Death is like my biggest fear, partially because, well, mainly because like I don't know what happens after. But in the end, like say I'm like 80, whatever, and I look back on my life, like if I made an impact on my world and like enjoyed my life overall, I think that I wouldn't be so scared of like it being over.
I would not like to leave friends and family, but I know it's gonna happen anyway. I don't like it. I'm not gonna live.
The fact that like life can just end and like me being here might have zero purpose like scares the crap out of me.
How would your priorities change if you knew you only had 3 weeks to live?
I would not write any of these papers.
That's interesting. So we talk about this a lot in this like political science type of seminar that I've had, and it's kind of about like these intrinsic and extrinsic motivations, and I think if there are only 3 weeks left, then it kind of gets to the point where you're going to be more focused on those intrinsic things. And while I don't feel like it's bad to be extrinsically motivated, and that'll like keep you progressing in life, which I always think is a good thing, but ultimately like what is most fulfilling will be like those intrinsic things. So like that'll be like, you know, like spending time with, you know, the people that I love, like Jack McNeely.
Thank you.
I would just make sure that we had time together.
I would like do things that I know would make me happy in the moment versus like things that would make me happy in the long run.
Yeah, I would just stop worrying about things that don't really matter and focus on my family and my friends and my relationships.
And what do you think's stopping you from doing that now?
I guess just the pressures of being like alive and being a student. Just being so goal-oriented that you can't focus on what actually makes you happy.
3 weeks left, might as well just like go do some things that you wouldn't necessarily do if you know you have to consider again like the mortality or whatever like direction your life is going in.
I would go to Scotland with all of my family, and we'd go to the places where my little grandson could see the blue-nosed dolphins, and I could show my grandchildren all the places that I enjoyed as a child.
Yeah.
And it'd probably rain, so we'd have Wellington boots and raincoats, but it wouldn't make any difference.
And also, you know, like taking some more risks, because you know, like fuck it, right? Like screw it. Like we have.
Well, I would definitely like quit school and just if I was able to, I would definitely travel the world.
So why right now do you think you're so focused on school?
Because it's kind of like a step to being successful. If I knew that I only had 3 weeks to live, like preparing for the future, like wouldn't be necessary.
If you were to offer one piece of advice to someone younger than you, what would it be?
Live in the moment, I guess, and don't get caught up in the little things that don't matter in the long run.
Make sure you're always laughing.
Not to take yourself too seriously. Maybe that's advice I would give my younger self.
And go do something interesting. Don't do something for money.
To live each day as a gift. I mean that most sincerely.
How we seek to spend our time may depend on how much time we perceive ourselves to have. When you are young and healthy, you believe you will live forever. You do not worry about losing your capabilities. People will tell you the world is your oyster, the sky is the limit, and so on. And you're willing to delay gratification, to invest years, for example, in gaining skills and resources for a brighter future. You seek to plug into bigger streams of knowledge and information. You widen your networks of friends and connections instead of hanging out with your mother. When horizons are measured in decades, which might as well be infinity to human beings, you most desire all that stuff at the top of Maslow's pyramid: achievement, creativity, and other attributes of self-actualization. But as your horizons contract, when you see the future ahead of you as finite and uncertain, your focus shifts to the here and now, to everyday pleasures and the people closest to you.